Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is Cowpun Fun. You probably saw it. The simple AFK fishing was nerfed in 1.16. You could still do it, you can still get XP, you can still get fish, but you don't get the treasure that you would previously get in 1.15.2. Fortunately, people have been on the job working to build AFK fishers that function properly. And I am going to be showing you how to build one. It's not perfect. They've slowed down the rate at which you get the stuff, but it works. It works. And it's, oh boy, is it big and ugly. But here we go. So let's get right into this. The first thing you will need to do is find a body of water or build a pool of water. And the pool of water or body of water needs to be at least 4 blocks deep by 7 blocks wide by 7 blocks long. So I've gone ahead to speed things up and dug out a hole that is exactly that and filled it with water. It can be bigger than that, mind you. In fact, the bigger the better. But I've done exactly that, filled it with water, and here we are. I'm not going to show you how to dig a hole. I'm assuming you can dig holes in Minecraft. And then you're just going to fill it with water. If you don't want the water to flow, you can just use kelp. That's a little trick. But if you're building in an ocean or a pond, that makes things even easier. So, on to the next step.
Okay, the different items you're going to need for this are going to vary based off of how you build it. But I'm just going to go through the list of some of the items that you're going to need. Just watch through the tutorial and determine how many of them, please, and that'll help you so much. So you're definitely going to need a water source. You're going to need walls around it, so you can use any blocks for that, really. You're going to need redstone torches. You're going to need a redstone repeater. You're going to need a redstone block. You're going to need a redstone comparator. I think this is the first time I've used it in a tutorial on this channel, so I'm pretty excited about that. Did I say redstone torches? If I did, then yeah, you need that. You're going to need a note block as usual. It's like the staple of AFK fishing. You're going to need an iron trapdoor, another staple of AFK fishing. You're going to need sticky pistons. You're going to need hoppers, and you're going to need chests. I don't think I missed anything, but hopefully that helps you guys out. All right, let's continue on.
Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is choose the fishing direction you're going to be doing. And then you're going to, so I'm going to be fishing down this line here. I've put these stone blocks here, by the way, just to indicate where the center is. We should probably do that on this side too. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. All right, so that should be a good indicator. There should be 3 blocks on either side. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, because this is 7 by 7, that makes things a little easier for us as we're doing this tutorial build, just for visual purposes. So we are going to be fishing down this center line. So what we will want to do is we're going to want to build a bunch of hoppers. So if you're pre-building for this tutorial, make a bunch of hoppers. Again, this pool can be bigger than it is, but this is sort of like an optimal size. I know it has to be huge. It breaks my heart. All right, so then we're going to delete down the line here of the floor of the pool. All right, so we have mined all those bricks there. And then we are going to mine out this. So we have this line that we've mined out, and then we have an extra 2 squares mined out there. And then we're going to take our chest and place it right there. Okay? Because the items that come down are going to feed through hoppers and into this chest. Again, you could make it a double chest if you want to, but for this tutorial, I'm just going to do 1 chest. Then we're going to take our hoppers, shift right click just to make sure it goes into the chest, and just shift right click all the way down just to connect the hoppers, just to be safe. And this way, when we fish, whatever treasure item, whatever we get, will fall down, fall into the hoppers, and into our chest. Oh, look at this little guy. Amazing little AFK fisher, or big AFK fisher, let's be completely honest. I miss you so much. Okay, is to take these blocks, and we're going to want to build a trapdoor at least 3 blocks above the center. This is already 2. So we're going to go over 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And thanks to that, we can tell that this is the center. And then we are going to put a trapdoor on top of it. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, just to make sure that this works, I'm going to do 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can tell, this is 4 blocks. Here, I can demonstrate that. Well, you can see that this is 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I just did that to show you. You don't have to build this extra stuff. However, you can get this trapdoor to the center of this pool is what matters. Now, if you're going to be in survival, it's going to be a lot harder. All right. And what you're going to do is you're going to build your trap iron door on top of there. So I did 4 to be safe, right? And now that we have that trapdoor there, we're going to build a note block that is 1, 2, 3, 4 over from that. All right, so we have a note block there. So trapdoor, 1, 2, 3, 4, note block. All right, then we're gonna put stone on top of it. We're just gonna place another trapdoor right there. So we have trapdoor, 1, 2, trapdoor, note block. And then we can get rid of these blocks here. And we have a floating trapdoor, a floating trapdoor, and a floating note block. All right. So there you have it. We're on that step. If you followed this far, you're doing good. I know this takes a lot more work than the old ones. So rewind as much as you can. I'm trying to show this in the best way I possibly can to help you. If you're in survival, you're going to have to build your way to these points, and it's going to be a lot harder. I understand that. So feel free to pause at any moment here. All right, continuing on. Okay, so the next step, if you followed this far, I've put a block up here just to demonstrate this part a little easier, is to build a block there. All right, you following? Good. Build a block there. So now we are 1, 2 over from this main block, and build one there. And then we're going to put a redstone torch here. All right. So let me delete this torch quick just to demonstrate this a little easier. You can see that block is above this note block. It's 1 up. All right. So up and then over. And then there's a gap here between the door and the block. So basically you're going to skip a spot and then build the block. And then we can get rid of those extra blocks there. All right. So leaving that block on top of the note block will get you to build that fairly easily, because you can just leave that block there, build one next to it, build it next to it, and then build one over. All right. I'm trying again to make this as easy as possible. I know it's a little complex. And then you're going to put your redstone torch right on there. So that's that step down. You guys are doing great. Okay, you're doing great. Okay, so the next step we are going to do is we're going to want to build a block here and build back behind it. So there's a block that is directly behind this block here that we had built with the torch, but it's 1 down. And we can delete this old block here. We're going to then get a redstone repeater. So let's make sure we get the repeater. And we're going to face it towards this redstone torch. So that's facing towards the redstone torch. And then we are going to click that 3 times. 1, 2, 3. All right. So again, you can build 1 down underneath that, come over, put the redstone repeater on it, and click it, right click it 3 times to open it up. So far, things should pretty much look like that above the water. I know it looks weird and it's going to be troublesome in survival to build this, but you can do it. I believe in you. All right, on to the next step. So, for this next part, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to essentially recreate this block, but on the other side of this repeater. So easiest way to do that is do that, get rid of that, and build a torch like that. All right, so you see that? So we have our block with our redstone torch. We have our repeater. We have the block underneath the repeater. Then you skip one, have a block with a redstone torch. And it's now working with our repeater right here. So everything's jiving. Everything's great. You're doing great. I'm proud of you. All this stay AFK fish, I know. Okay, so the next portion might confuse some of you guys. I apologize if it does. It's not that difficult, I promise you. What you're going to do is you're going to put a block under here to make things easier, all right? And you're going to build 1, 2, 3, 4, and then what we're going to do now that we have 4 right here in between is we can delete this one just for visual purposes, and we're going to build a 5th one and then go up, and then we'll delete what's underneath it. So it's going to basically mirror itself. So there's going to be 4 blocks in the middle, and then there's space here, and then up, and then there's going to be a block. And that is off of that redstone block we just built. So if you went down, then you would start building. You'd build 4, then you'd skip a block, go up, and build another one. All right, so now that you've got the 4 here and the 1 there, the 1 there, we're going to want to build an extra block there. And then we're going to take our sticky piston that I mentioned you needed earlier. And you're going to press shift, right click, so it's sticking out as such. All right. It is just that simple. I know it looked weird. This is nowhere near as simplistic as that, but stick with me. We're almost done. We're getting there. Really, you guys are amazing if you've made it this far. Please support this video with a like or something if you made it this far, just so I know you've made it this far. All right, on to the next step. We're going to get rid of the block behind the sticky piston. We're going to get some redstone dust. And here we can get rid of that trapdoor. And we're going to place it right there, all right? So we have our redstone dust right behind our sticky piston, all right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to mirror that sticky piston on this side. So same basic way we did it. Put that there. Put the redstone behind it. And boom. Okay. So we've gotten that far. You've done the tough work now. You're getting so close, all right? Again, just to show you what that looks like. It's mirroring itself. It kind of looks like a frog or a smiley face. So maybe that's Pepe, who knows? All right, next up. Everyone is doing amazing. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get some redstone comparator. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but that's what you want. And you're going to take it and you're going to place it facing the sticky piston, but underneath like that. All right. And we're going to do the same on that side. So we have them just like that. That was easy. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 hoppers and we're going to connect the hoppers to each other, which is kind of a pain in the butt, if I'm going to be completely honest. So let me, how do I want to do this? Just going to grab a stone that I can connect.
to stand on. Sometimes it's easier if you're standing on things. All right, are they connecting? That one's not yet, so we can delete that one. And you might have to mine the first one out to do this so that you can place the first one and it won't like connect anything properly. Place the second one connecting to that first one, and then you can replace the first one, and then make sure you shift right click to do this, of course. And then it will connect to the hopper. So that's a little trick to get them to connect to each other. So we've got that much set up so far. Woo, woo doggy. Don't worry about that. That's our old one. I miss him. Please come back. Okay. We've got that much set up so far. You're doing fantastic. Okay. So we're nearly done. All right. So now all we're going to need is a block of redstone. So let's find. Here's a block of redstone. We're going to put that against the sticky piston there. And then these hoppers here. All right. We're going to put, if you have a good fishing rod, you're going to want to put only 3 items in it. What items you put in these hoppers are going to affect the tick rate of this trapdoor opening and closing. So if we load these hoppers up, if we load them up with like 14 items, that's good for just a normal rod, okay? And what's going to happen is this is going to bounce back and forth. And then that's going to reset our trapdoor, and we're going to be able to fish properly. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how that works. So we placed our redstone block there, and we have our item hopper. What are some items we can put in there? We can get we got dirt or something. I want to do something simple that you could also do. So let's just do dirt. All right. So dirt. Let's we got the dirt, pushing it back and forth, okay? So when you go to fish, you're gonna want plenty of dirt to do this. The easiest way for me to do this, to show you how to do this correctly, is to switch myself into survival. First, I'm going to give myself a fishing pole. So here's a fishing rod. And we're going to now switch the game mode to survival. We're now in survival. And we're going to collect about 14 dirt. It doesn't have to be dirt. I'm just using dirt as the item to demonstrate for you. So we have 15. I'm going to drop one. And we're going to open the hopper, take the dirt. And there we go. So as you can tell, we now have a tick rate set for this. This is actually going to interfere with our fishing. The less items you have in there, the faster this is going to bounce back and forth, and the faster this trapdoor is going to reset our fishing rod. So now what you're going to want to do, and I should point this out for anyone building this structure can be built into a wall. It doesn't have to be floating like this. This is just to demonstrate how this structure is built. So if you had like a castle or a house, you could build this all into the wall and just have a big pool open there. Okay, finally guys, now we're above our water. We're on our trapdoor. I built a little perch to get me up here. You can get creative with that. What you're going to do is you're going to cast your bobber, and then you're just going to hold right click. And how this works is the tick rate of that machine there is going to reset how often this gets reeled in. Okay guys, it should be noted that you will have to go back to your hopper and adjust the tick rate. I think I set mine to around 7 items in the hopper, bouncing back and forth, and that seemed to work really good for me. Now, none of the items fell into the chest. They all went into my inventory, so my guess is when your inventory is full, that's when they fall into the chest. But it's good to put those hoppers and the chest there just in case anything falls, so you don't miss out on the sweet, sweet loot. And I actually extended out my wall so I had a little more casting room. I should also note that you're going to want to cast in the water and then aim at the block. Positioning does matter. So here you have it, a working AFK fishing farm for 1.16, and it just came out today. That's crazy. I hope you guys are enjoying 1.16, and yeah, this thing is slow. I know it's big, it's cumbersome. Build it into your wall, get creative. If you like these Minecraft tutorials, make sure to slam that subscribe button. It really helps my channel. I post a lot of these, but it helps support me. And click that like button to get this video out to as many people as possible. We need our friends AFK fishing. It's just fun. I missed a small one, but hey, we have this. I'll see you guys later.